Today is a very, very interesting day. Today we are going to be talking about online dating. And I'm sure you have seen so many women. I have in my experience all these years. Thank you, Deborah. So I have noticed that some women, they jump online, they get on the app, and they meet the love of their lives, and they make it easy, and they make it look like it's a, like an easy peasy thing. And there are some other women yet that get an app get an online dating app, and it doesn't work for them. It doesn't seem to work for them. They don't meet the right guys. It seems to be a very, very contrasting difference between the women that are successful at it and the women that are not successful at it. I will share a little bit of my story. When I did my own online dating, when I went through my online dating journey back in the day, in the early 2000s, middle 2000s, I dated 200 first guys in 2 years. And I was using, back then, we didn't have apps. It wasn't on our phone. It was through websites. And the website that I used to use was eHarmony. Yes, Deborah, 2000 first dates in 2 years. And I was using eHarmony. And the reason why I was using eHarmony, it wasn't my first choice though. My first choice was to join Match.com. Now that didn't last very long for me because back then things were very different than what it is right now. Nowadays, being on a dating app is normal. It's something that everybody does. Actually, in 2023, over 50% of the couples that are getting married are meeting on dating apps. So it's something that, that is normal, that everybody's doing it. Back then, it wasn't the case. Only a few people were doing online dating. As I said, you had to log in on your computer, and it was really something that you wouldn't just say to people that you were doing online dating. And it was unknown terrain, and I was doing a lot of trial and error. And as you can tell, dating 200 guys in 2 years gave me a lot of experience. I got to really, really see what works, what doesn't work. And that's why I want to share with you all this knowledge that I have learned. And also through coaching so many women through the years using online dating apps. So is it luck? Is it, like those women that are meeting great guys online? Are they special women? Are they doing something different? And I would say yes and no. What really, really makes a big, big difference when we do online dating is, number one, is the clarity that we have regarding who we are as women and what we bring to the table when it comes to love, romantic love, when it comes to being in a relationship with a man. This is completely different than what we bring to the table in other areas of our lives. It's not the same than at work. At work, it requires some other skills, or in our family life, if we are daughters, friends, if we are mothers, it requires a different skill set. So the first thing that makes a big difference when we decide to go and create an online dating profile is to take our time to make sure that we do know who we are as women, who we are in this area, in this very, very particular area of love and romantic love and relationship with a man. Our dating profile, it's like a mirror of our life. So if we are not very clear on what to communicate in that dating profile and how to do it properly in a way that connects to a male mind and body and soul, we are not going to be as successful. So that is the first thing, is who we are as women. What do we want in a relationship? What do we bring to the table that men cannot buy with money? That is a very, very good question to ask. What I bring to the table that money cannot buy. Money can buy sex, money can buy companionship, money can buy entertainment, money can buy a lot of things. But what money cannot buy that you can bring could be loyalty. Loyalty is something that money cannot buy. True love and care, that is something that money cannot buy. And so I invite you to really, really deeply reflect on this first step, which is creating clarity on who you are and what you bring to the table that money cannot get him. So that is the first step. And how to communicate it. That is another very, very important step. Sometimes we as women, we write down a profile and we write things like, I love swimming, I love traveling, I love basketball, I love this or that or that. And that is, although it's true, and it's good that we are sharing that, it's really not giving an idea of the life you are inviting these men to jump in it. So I want you to start to see your dating profile as an invitation to love, as an invitation to your life. What you are doing through your dating profile, it's inviting the right men to contact you. And the way he's going to really, really feel inspired to do that, the way you are going to set yourself apart from the many other women that are there. Because remember, a high quality man has a lot of options. So the idea is to really, really portray yourself in a way that shows who you are at a deeper level. So rather than saying, I love swimming, we could write down something like, when I swim, I feel free. I really, really love how the water feels against my skin. I feel so like myself and happy and carefree. So that is something that when a man reads that, he's going to get a more in-depth knowledge of who you are, and he's going to get that sense of how being with you could be. Because if he's reading that, he's going to be like, wow, I want to be with a woman that feels free, that can enjoy something so deeply. I wonder how she's going to feel about other things. So he gets this idea that with you, his life, it's going to be better. And that is pretty much the best way to portray who we are on a dating profile. It's an invitation to love. It's how this man is going to improve his life if he decides to contact us. And by the way, this is a good segue to the second point, which is, how do we recognize a good guy online? So we talked a little bit of how to portray ourselves, how our profile is an invitation to love, how we have to be very, very clear on our value, what we bring to the table that money cannot buy. All those things are great. And then we can use that same knowledge to see, to recognize a good man online. So a good man, a high quality man, it's a man that has a purpose in his life. That when we read his profile, we can see that he is about something else than himself, that he cares about things that are beyond what he's getting for himself. For example, if he is a businessman and he owns a business, it's okay to care about having, if he shares that he has a business and that he's very successful, but we have to look for cues that let us know if he also cares about helping his employees. If it's not only about the money, if it's about leaving legacy, if he has purpose. Also, another thing that we can look for in a profile is if some way we can see that he cares about the dynamics between women and men, and if he's interested in that, in seeing, how it works, how it works, a romantic relationship between a woman and a man. That is very important. Also to see if he has, a growth-oriented mindset, if he's somehow showing signs that he's willing to grow and evolve and learn, because those are the things that make a man great. Those are the things that make a great husband, a great partner. It's a man that has purpose, that is up to something beyond himself, because that's going to allow him to be about us as well. And also a man that has, an ability and an intention of growing. If a man shows us on the profile that he's not really willing to grow and evolve and learn, it's really going to be a relationship that is going to be his way or the highway. And that is not going to make us happy on the long run. It may be interesting at the beginning because he's going to be all masculine and all strong, but on the long run, we are going to get bored with a man that is his way or the highway. So their profile tells us a lot about them. Is he showing that he has friends, that he cares about other people, if that is important to us? So those are a few things that we can use to see if he is on the same page than we are. And the last thing that I wanted to teach today is how to move. Let's say we meet a great guy online and he is not taking things to the next level. So this is a very, very interesting point and something that a lot of women don't get it right. And it's the dating app. It's not a place to really, the dating app is a place to meet men. So it's not really for dating, it's for meeting, it's a great tool that allow us to be exposed to many, many, many different men that we wouldn't be exposed if we were in our small circle. We usually always do the same things, even if we are super adventurous. If we have a life, if we have work and family and hobbies, we are usually navigating the same environments. So there are a lot of men that we wouldn't meet if it weren't for online dating, which is amazing. It's such a great thing. I believe this is the best time in history of human life to meet men because we have so many opportunities and possibilities. Now, that can also play against us. Nothing is 100% good, nothing is 100% bad. It's on that gray zone where we really, really find the goodness of life, I believe. So the bad part or the challenging part is that we can just keep meeting guys on dating apps and never really taking the next step to get to meet them. So the idea here is we meet them, we exchange a couple of texts, and then we jump on a call. We jump on a quick 10-minute call inside the app. We don't need to be giving our phone number to a man that we don't know yet. Do not, please do that. Do not give your phone number to a man that you haven't met in person yet, because we have no idea, as good as he sounds, as sexy as his pictures may look, as perfect his responses, his answers may be to everything we ask, we don't know him yet. So we need to meet him in person. So the step between having conversations in the app and actually meeting him in person is to have a quick conversation over the phone. You will get to know so much about a man over a 10-minute talk over the phone. Do not keep it any longer than that. It's just to see if there is any more chemistry. And, you know, if you get on the phone and you hit it off and the conversation is going really well and you really want to meet him, that is when we said something like, oh my God, there is so much I would like to share with you. We seem to have so many things in common, but it's too long to talk over the phone. So what do you think? So in that way, you are not really asking him to ask you out, but you're not asking him, sorry, on a date. You are kind of asking him to ask you out. And that's how you transition from messaging to a quick phone call and then meeting him in person. Meeting him in person to see if there is chemistry, if there is attraction, because one of the things that we are looking for in a romantic relationship, most of women at least, is that physical attraction plus. So I don't really advocate for being on the dating app talking back and forth forever. It should be a quick process, a dynamic process where you send a couple of messages, you hit it off, you jump on a call, and then after that, you meet him in person, and then you take it from there. So I hope this helped you. This is a very short, concise talk about dating and how to do it successfully, how to navigate this modern dating in a successful, easy way where we really don't invest that much at the beginning. We can't invest a lot in a man that we don't know. It takes time for the relationship to unfold and get to see if he has what it takes for us to get more invested in him. So at the beginning, this is just being light, being, you know, not invested too much. If we are not invested too much, if we are tapping into being curious and saying, I wonder where this is going to lead me. I wonder if this is something that has future. I wonder why he wears blue. I wonder why in his picture he is in that place. Whatever you can get curious about. And that's it. It's about getting curious and getting to know the men. So those are the 3 points I wanted to share today with you. I hope you find them useful.